3 decades on from the Tiananmen Square massacre, Hong Kong is at a crossroads. It's known as one of just a few places on Chinese soil that welcomes open discourse and dissent. But some here say its liberal spirit is being dampened.
Since the massacre, Hong Kong has been a safe haven for dissidents. Hong Kong is no longer a safe haven for them.
The June 4 massacre saw hundreds, possibly thousands of students killed in a brutal crackdown by the Chinese Communist Party. Though this week Beijing defended the clampdown in a rare public acknowledgement, the event has been all but erased from Chinese history books. But each year, just across the border, one of the world's biggest Tiananmen Square commemorations is held. Tens of thousands of people flock to this Hong Kong park for a candlelight vigil. In the lead up to the event, artists have been recreating scenes of the massacre.
They use this kind of bike to deliver the people to the hospital.
This group of journalists have come together to document the brutality they witnessed 30 years ago. Through the release of their book, they hope to remind people why it's important to keep the Tiananmen flame burning.
Some surrender because some thought, oh, it's useless to say anything. Do not surrender. Keep speaking out.
In recent years, crowd numbers have dwindled, but this year a high turnout is expected. Many re-energised amid anger over a new extradition bill that could see political dissidents handed over to mainland authorities. Some say it's the latest example of China exerting its influence in Hong Kong.
Since the handover in 1997, Hong Kong has operated under a separate legal system to China, meaning people here can openly commemorate events like June 4. But there are concerns those freedoms are increasingly under threat.
All of these were little steps that makes us start to think that Hong Kong's traditional liberty, its freedoms, its rule of law, the things that made Hong Kong special are slowly being eroded.
Nathan Law is one of the student leaders who spent time behind bars for his role in the Umbrella Revolution, a pro-democracy movement that brought Hong Kong to a standstill in 2014. He says the protests, which lasted 79 days, triggered Beijing's crackdown.
It's been 5 years. We have been witnessing a lot of things that have never happened in Hong Kong, like legislators being expelled from the council, candidates being disqualified, people were locked in jail because of peaceful demonstrations.
For many in Hong Kong, this year's vigil is as much about the past as it is the future.